Good morning. It's Friday, April 24th, 2020. We're going to be working on math right now. And the reason I'm outside is because my husband's home and he's watching TV and it's making too much noise and the dog's barking. So I just thought I'll come outside where it might be a little quieter. And it is very nice this morning outside in Los Banos, California. So this is what we're doing. We're working on lesson 12 of module 4. I've written my name on the top of the page, and today's date is April 24th, 2020. The directions read, fill in the missing numbers to match the picture and write the matching number bond. There's a lot of steps to each one of these. There's not that many problems on the page, but there's lots to do on each one. And they're introducing a different way of doing the number bonds than yesterday. Remember, it was just all 10, 20, 30, or 40, but now they're adding extra little ones. So now we're going to have some ones to deal with too. The first one is a lot of it's done for us. They did the number bond because there is 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. And so the top of the number bond has the number 32. On one side of the number bond is 10, 11, 12, and they wrote the 12. And on the other side of the number bond is 10, 20, and they wrote the number 20. Now they want us to find the answer of 12 plus 20. So if we just count them up, we know 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. We're going to write a 32 on the line. The next one, we have to do the number bonds and fill in the numbers. So let's count them all up first. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we'll write 25 in the top of the number bond because that's how much we have total. And they already have 15 for us here, so let's make sure and double check. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 is on this side of the number bond. And this is all by itself. How many is that? Right, it's just 10. So when we're doing our equation, it will read 15 plus 10 equals 25. Good job. Okay. I had to figure out the whole thing this time. Let's try it a little bit differently. Let's do the bottom of the number bond this time and fill in the equation as we go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So one of them is going to be 18. So should I put an 18 at the bottom of the number bond? Good. A little 18. And on the other ones, we have 10, 20. And that goes in our equation and at the other side of the number bond. So what is the answer? What's the easiest way to do this? Let's count all of them up. 10, 20, 30, and we knew this was 8, so we can count it. 10, 20, 38. So our answer is 38, and 38 goes at the top of our number bond. Here they just did quick 10 drawings. So let's start with this side of our number bond. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 goes in the bottom of our number bond and also in the first part of our equation. How many are we going to add to it? There is only one quick 10 drawing, so we know we're going to add 10 and put a 10 in the other side of the number bond. So how many was these little dots? 9, correct. So we're going to count 10, 20, 30, 9. Let's do it again and count with me. Each one of these lines is 10, 10, 20, 30, and we remember that these little dots, there was 9 of them. So it's 39. Good job. The next directions read, draw, now we have to make our own quick tens. Draw using quick tens and ones and complete the number bond and write the sum in the place value chart and the number sentence. Whoa. Remember, this word sum means the answer. That's what comes after the equals to. Okay? So now we're going to do 19 plus 10. So let's do our drawing of quick 10s and 1s first. Here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then this one is 10. Now, oops, it looks like there's a 1 there. I'm going to erase it. This might take you a little bit longer than it takes me, so you can always pause. That's the easiest way. So we also know the bottom of our number bond will be these two numbers. So 19 and 10 go in the bottom of our number bond. Let's count it up. How many dots did I have again? 9. So we're going to count the lines first, and then we'll count the dots. 10, 20, 29, because that's how many is there. Let's count them individually though. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So let's read 19 plus 10 equals 29. 29 goes in the top of our number bond, and that means there are 2 10s and 9 1s. Okay, we start with the quick 10 drawing first. Our first number we're going to draw quick 10s for is the number 20. And we'll do 2 lines, 10, 20. Okay, and now we need a quick 10 drawing for 14. So we're going to draw 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Which two numbers go in the bottom of our number bond? Good. 20 and 14. Now all we have to do is count them up. We're going to count by 10s, and then we'll count the rest by 1s. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Also, if you remember that there was 4 there, you could have counted 10, 20, 30, 34, because we remembered that there was 4 there. So our answer, or the sum, is 34. We're going to put 34 in the top of our number bonds, and that means there are 3 10s and 4 1s. Turn your page over to page 58. We're on page 58. We're going to start at the top of the page where it says use arrow notation to solve. Arrow notation is a fancy word for, like, it implies, it's what is coming next. When you get to algebra and to calculus, arrow notation becomes very important. I think it's interesting that they just threw this in here for us to work on a little bit, and it just means kind of like we're just going to add whatever number is in the box, or we have to find the number that they added in the box. So if we said 13, and you know what would be a good way to visualize it, and I don't have a hundreds chart here at home, but we have those hundreds charts on the wall in our classroom. And remember when we would count down, that's a really good way to visualize that. I wish I had a number chart for us. That would really, really help. I might have to go to school and run and get one. I'm not supposed to go to school though. All right, so if we're going to count on or use our arrow notation, visualize our hundreds chart, and remember that if we count on, okay? So we have 13, and we're going to drop down 1 more on our number chart, and it will go from 13 to 23. Good, because we only added 1 10. Okay, I know this is tricky because we need a number chart. Now we're on 19. If your parents can go online and look for a 100 chart, that would help you with this section. If they can't, if you can't find one online, you can write your numbers 1 to 100. That might help if you feel like doing all that writing. So we're going to count on, and I'll do this. 19, hold on. 29, 39. So if we had the whole number chart, we'd have 9 up here, 9, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, all the way down. But we don't have all that. So we're trying to figure out how much they added on to 19. So 19, 29, 39. So 2 times, they did it twice, they jumped twice, and every time you jump 1 time, it's 10. So it's 1, 2, so that would be 10, 20. We really needed a hundreds chart for these. You might want to just skip these. So we could say 19, and then there's 2 10s here. So I'm going to draw my quick 10s. 19, 29, 39, and that's how they got to their answer. Okay? Whew, I know. This is tricky. So we're going to start with the 26, and we're going to do some. Okay, so they want us to get to 26, and they wanted us to add 10 from whatever number was there. So if I just go back 1, go back up the chart, I would end up on the number 16. So 16 plus 10 equals 26. Okay, now I'm gonna add some numbers in this. I'm hoping this helps you visualize our number chart. 38, 28, 18, and 8. And if I were going down on our number chart, it would be 48 and 58. So some number that they started with and they added 20 to, 20. They added 20 and they ended up with 38. So this time we have to go backwards to see where they are. Okay, so we have 38 is our answer, and they added 20, so we need 2 bumps. 1, 2, because each one of those is 10. So if we started on 18, let's make sure it works. 18, 28, 38. So we know that 18 will work there. Okay, if we do a lot more of these arrow notations in the math, I will try and send you some hundreds chart. Use the dimes and pennies to complete the place value charts and the number sentences. So we have pennies and dimes. All right. I got my own pennies out of the coin jar in my cupboard because it's hard to tell the difference when everything's in black and white. So, dimes have that kind of bald looking guy on one side. That's not a, let me get a better dime. A bald looking guy, but he's not bald. And the thing that looks like a leaf. And they're little and silver. And the pennies, I have to get a little penny. The pennies that they use in Eureka Math have Abraham Lincoln on one side, and then they have the Lincoln Memorial, which is a building, on the other side. And the pennies are always copper colored. Some of my pennies look really old. Some of my pennies are more shiny. Okay? So, we know that dimes are worth, let's do our song. Penny, I'll hold my fingers up. Penny, nickel, ooh, those are some wrinkled hands. Dime. I can't do it with one hand on my phone, sorry. So penny, nickel, dime. Penny is 1, nickel is 5, and dime is 10. Penny, nickel, dime. I see them in the line. I count them all the time. Penny, nickel, dime. So dimes are 10, so I'm just going to write 10 on all of my dimes and 1s on my pennies. And that is also a dime because it has that kind of bald looking guy there. So let's count how many 10s do I have. I have 1, 2. So I have 2 10s. And how many 1s do I have? 1, 2, 3. So I have 2 10s and 3 1s. That goes in the first spot. And here I only have how many 10s? 1 10. Are there any 1s? No 1s. So now we are going to count on from 23 by 10s. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. So instead of saying 24, we're going to say 34. Let's check and make sure we did that right. We'll count all the tens. I'm sorry, 33. Let's count and check and see all the dimes. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. So let's check again. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. And we're going to add 10 to 23 and we get 33. We've double checked both times, so now we know we have 3 tens and 3 ones. Okay, let's look at these down here. The dime has a leaf on it, so we know this one is 10. And pennies have a building, so that's a 1. Or Abraham Lincoln, so that's a 1, and that's an Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, and a Lincoln Memorial, so that's a 1. So I have how many tens? 1 10. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones. And dimes have that little bald-headed looking guy or the leaves. So are these both dimes? Good job. So 10 and 10. So is there any ones over here? Nope. So there are 1, 2 tens. And how many ones? 0. Perfect. So now we have 16 plus 20. Or 1 10 and 6 ones plus 2 tens and 0 ones. And we're going to count and see how is the best way to do this. It's tricky. Remember to try and keep going. Count with me. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And now I got to add by 10. So I'm going to say 16, 26, 36. Let's double check and make sure we got that right. First, we'll just count our tens. 10, 20, 30. And now let's add our pennies. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we double checked twice and it says 36, so we should be good. Let's count our tens. 1 10, 2 10, 3 10. So I'm going to put 3 tens right here. Let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 ones. So we were right. The answer is 16 plus 20 equals 36, or 1 10 plus 6 ones plus 2 tens and 0 ones equals 3 tens and 6 ones. Oh, there was a lot in this math today. Take your time, do your best, and I'll see you at 1 o'clock.